And we are here for you. You looking for one of the hottest podcasts out? We talk about relationships, trending topics, and we mainly want to bridge the communication gap between genders, okay? I know it's a lot of red pill content out here. We definitely not red pill guys, but I know our content does kind of come off like that. But that's just because I be chopping them clips up. You know how I do. But we got a new guest here. What's going on, y'all?
What up, Duece?
Yo.
Yeah, can you keep that mic up to
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
talking to that mic for me.
Yo,
I appreciate you. Who do we have here? New guest. Who are you?
Shara.
Hey, Shara, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And of course we got Punk in the building. What's going on, Punk?
What's up, Duece?
You coming to bring that knowledge today, man? You gonna give us your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Always.
I'm gonna try to.
How were you guys' day today? Let's start off light today. How was everyone's day today?
My day was pretty cool. It started off rough, but turned out good.
Good. Punt?
Good.
The man that wanted a podcast, but very few words sometimes. All right, let's get straight into the topic. It's gonna make my job hard today. All right. So I seen this coming across my toxic timeline, and I wanted to ask, we have a new guest here. Is it hard for women to find men they are attracted to?
That's a good question. No, it's not hard for women to find men that they are attracted to. I think it's probably a little harder for guys to probably find the woman that they are attracted to. But a woman, when she knows she want him, she gonna get him. Yeah.
Well, the lady was saying that most men are ugly, basically. So it's hard. That's what she was saying.
That is me.
And she was saying that men ain't that attractive like we think. So it's really hard to find a good looking man.
Well, maybe she like women.
Oh, facts. Facts.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's not hard for women to find men that they're attracted to.
There's so many variations. Like, how can you feel that way?
So for me, I don't go off of looks. I go off of how you carry yourself, how you treat women, things like that. Because you could be the best looking in the room and still ain't shit. Yeah, exactly. So it ain't about looks all the time.
Very true.
How often do you come across somebody that does have those qualities that you said? How you come across, how you treat women, and also have the looks. Do you find that often?
No. Now I will say it's always something that's missing. So like I said, it may not be looks, but he could be fine and don't have a car, or like I said, it's always something that's missing.
So a car is a requirement?
Yes.
And that ain't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so does your partner have to meet each and every requirement on your bucket list, or not your bucket list, but in a relationship, or that you find in a partner?
I would say no, because some things you can work with. Like, I'm quite sure I'm not, I don't meet every single check mark on my partner's list, but you got to just work with what you got. So some things, you can just look past.
Oh, what are deal breakers? We already said car, no car.
A deal breaker, I would say deal breakers are, number one, no car. I would say a guy that's disrespectful, that's a deal breaker. A guy that doesn't have a good relationship with his mother, that's a deal breaker.
Why is that a deal breaker?
You said why?
Yeah, you don't know how his mama treated him growing up.
So from my experience, guys that don't treat their mother right or don't have a good relationship with their mother, they don't treat women right either. If you don't know how to treat the person that had you, you ain't gonna know how to treat me.
But I mean,
from my experience,
what if the mama didn't treat him right, so he has no relationship with her?
And I've dated someone like that. Their mother wasn't such a good mother growing up, so they had a lot of issues that they needed to work out, but it still plays into he didn't know how to treat me. Yeah.
So do you feel like the women who grow up without daddies don't know how to treat men?
See, I gotta agree to disagree with that. I agree to disagree because it's certain things that you witness in your household. So it's like, if I see my mom treating a man like a man is supposed to be treated, then I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna know how to treat a man, right?
I'm saying a relationship with your daddy. If you ain't grow up with your daddy, you probably don't have a relationship with him. So when you looking at the relationship between the man and his mama, can he look at the relationship between you and your daddy in the same sense?
Well, see, if a guy was to look at me and my dad, I grew up with my dad, so
I'm saying like just the general, because you saying that's something that you're not okay, like they're probably not gonna treat a woman right. So if a man is seeing a woman who hasn't had a daddy around, should he feel like she's not gonna treat him right?
No, it's different.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to get to.
It's different.
I thought that would be the case, but
it's a little different, just a little bit.
Why?
Why is it different? I would say, I would say is
because it shouldn't be different.
Right,
that's
not,
why you can't come.
Right,
It shouldn't be.
It's not different, but we talking about men that don't know how to treat women.
I feel you.
So, Punk, what are some deal breakers for you in a relationship?
I don't really know, Duece. In relationships, I feel like you kind of have these things in your mind, like this is a deal breaker, and then you go through shit, and then you still be there, and like, all right, it ain't really a deal breaker, you know. So I don't really know until something happened that break the deal for me. Like, I ain't sure.
That is, I like that.
So you don't believe in deal breaker?
I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I don't know what that is. You know, like growing up, it's like, oh, if I get cheated on, it's over with. Oh, if this happened, I'm done. Oh, and then people still be with these people after these situations. So is it a deal breaker or not? You know, it probably isn't until you go through it. It depends on how you feel about the person. You know, what y'all might have been through previously. Like, it's a lot of factors that factor into things when they actually occur and how you're going to respond to it. So I don't know. I'm sure I got some, but
you haven't came across it yet.
It ain't hit me yet.
In our last clip, you said men ignore deal breakers in relationships.
We do.
Or I see some eye rolling next
We
to
do.
you.
We do.
You don't believe that?
Not even. Not even.
Well, why not?
Because okay, so I would say you guys ignore it and then bring it out once a situation or argument.
Yeah, we tucked it in the bag for when we need it.
Like a credit card.
No, if you let it go, you need to keep it there and let it go completely.
I ain't let it go. I just ain't bring it to your attention. So you thought I ain't pay attention to it.
So why is it a problem once a problem comes about?
It was already a problem.
But why you just not saying something about it?
Because I like the peace. Until you get on there with me, now the peace might as well, you know.
Now you gotta break.
Nah, that ain't even cool to do for real. I kinda, actually, that's annoying to me. when it's like you did this, you did that, and then it's like, but you did, and then that's annoying to me because now you're taking away from what I'm trying to talk about and my feelings at this moment. And you should have discussed that back then, but
no tick for tack.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. We all fall victim to it though, but we shouldn't.
I'm pulling that thing out like a credit card.
We pull it out. That don't mean we should, but it happens.
Okay.
Let me think about this being a deal breaker when we first got together.
Right. Nah, it's a deal breaker.
Here's my thing though, like once you love somebody, is there any more deal breakers?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what that is to a person,
that's
but
what I've been
yes.
trying to get out of you this whole segment. What
I don't
is
know
that?
what that
Definitely for a man.
is. I don't know. I would imagine having a baby by somebody else while we together. You know what?
A lot
Are
of
you
men
asking
stay
what?
doing that too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't really. I don't know. Men be staying through shit.
I think we all say what we want and what we will allow and won't allow, but I think you got to be put in certain situations
to really
like,
know.
oh, I can't deal with. I could never deal with that again, or whatever.
Right.
That never word is tricky.
It very.
Don't use that. Don't say never, because as soon as you say it, that's when they put you right in that
Yes,
damn predicament.
That is true.
And that's why I said it depends on how you feel about the person, because you ain't gonna deal with the same stuff from people you don't feel the same way about. So.
No, that's definitely true. I agree with
the
that.
more you care, the more you deal with.
We all been there before.
I see she gotta get the last word.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna recycle a topic here. Don't kill me, TikTok following. Men don't divorce; they just cheat. Facts or cap?
Facts.
Woo!
Facts.
Here we go.
That is true.
Why do you believe that to be true?
Because men don't divorce, so what else they doing?
How you gonna talk for her?
I'm sorry.
I agree with that. A man will just stay and be unhappy, but he'll still have, other options on the side. And it's like, why you didn't go down there and file for divorce? You messing around and steady bringing all these problems and trouble into the home. Just let it go. Walk away.
Because whatever you doing wasn't a deal breaker, and I still love you, but you.
Here you go. No, men will definitely cheat before they leave.
I ain't saying that's not true. Black men don't cheat, but I'm not saying that's not. I don't know.
All right.
I know men don't file for divorce. That's all I know. Not as much as they probably should.
And you said that makes them more loyal than women.
Absolutely.
How?
Because we deal with y'all shit like y'all deal with ours. And who be the first one to run?
But do you know how much shit we put up with?
The same
before?
amount we put up with before.
No.
Why not?
No.
Now you trying to balance who deal with more shit, and you don't really know that. Like you said, we'll not say nothing about a whole bunch of shit we've been dealing with.
But no. No, I don't agree. I
sure.
don't agree.
I'm sure, but that's just we deal with just as much shit as y'all deal with.
You think that for real?
Yes. Yes.
Women really do not cheat. Like
I didn't say cheating.
I'm saying women don't cheat.
They do, but I didn't say cheating.
We do everything we're supposed to do. And let me tell you, a woman will do everything
trying to trigger
she's supposed to do. But a man will still feel like he's missing something and have to step out.
Oh, what that have to do with divorcing? Who filed for divorce first? Y'all do. The majority of the time. Whatever the situation is, because we deal with stuff just like he just said. Men be staying with women that done had kids on them. We be staying dealing with stuff.
Well, I personally don't know any women that had kids
outside
of
kids.
there. Yeah.
It's a big world out here.
We can't do no wrong in my eyes.
After 98 episodes, we kind of see that's the trend.
Been hearing that a lot.
So, let me get out of this topic real quick. Is there a downside to pretty privilege?
I would say, yeah, because being pretty don't, that don't. So putting a pretty person up against, so everybody is ugly to somebody.
True.
Yeah, so just because you think you pretty, it's somebody that think that you're not attractive. So I don't think it's a privilege that comes with it.
You're saying there's no such thing as pretty privilege?
No.
What? You believe that, Punk?
Hell no.
Come on, man.
Y'all getting in the club before the people
Come
who don't look like
You don't believe that a little bit?
No.
It's definitely some pretty privilege out there.
I don't think so.
Now she BSing, all right. Like he said, now waiting in the club. Free stuff. You never got nothing free just because you was you?
Yeah, that's because I asked for it. No.
So nothing was ever offered to you for free?
Yeah. But I think it's so maybe it is a privilege. I don't know. A little bit. It's a privilege, yeah.
It's hard to think about it when you go through it.
Yeah,
it's
now
like,
that I think about it, it's like, probably a little bit. It's probably a little privilege.
Do you ever get tired of attention?
Yes, I have my moments where I do get tired of attention.
Okay, because when I was watching the video, that's what they was saying, like one of the downfalls of pretty privilege, and they also was saying that some men will go out their way to be mean towards you just because you're pretty.
I've had a guy that was like
who
that.
said
before.
that? That was a woman saying that?
Yes, it was a woman.
I was gonna say I had a guy like that before. He felt like he had to be mean because he said that other people were being nice. And he was basically
He was a contrarian or something.
He was trying to say like, you probably think you the shit, but I don't think that. Everybody else think that, but I don't think that. So that was his motive to show me that he felt like I wasn't shit. It's like, really?
That's deep.
Is that insecurity? It sounds like
I believe so. I always say a man can be jealous of a woman.
You believe that? Fuck, come on, bro. You ain't saying nothing all pod.
For what?
Yeah, it's men out here who are jealous of some women. As crazy
I'm not gonna act like that's probably not true, but I don't think on the norm men are jealous of women.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh yeah, it's they out there. It's the men that's jealous of women.
Jealous of what they got? Jealous of what they particularly jealous
I would
of?
say jealous of the life that the
Women
woman
get
is
to
living.
live.
Yeah, the woman is living. Yeah.
I guess I could see that.
It goes back to pretty and privileged. Some men want to be pretty and privileged.
You got a lot of shots.
No shots.
I'm surprised further than you get them off, actually.
Men don't even have that option. We gotta work for everything.
Well, it's 2024.
Let me go to
We still gotta work for everything.
Women they give me. We give men things.
You taking care of a man?
At the moment, I'm not. No.
Will you? Would you?
It all depends.
What it depend on?
If we were together and he fell off, then of course I would take care of him. But I'm not about to come through the door just taking care of no man.
We gotta work for everything. That's all.
You just want to prove your point.
Yeah, so y'all want us to come in the door taking care of y'all.
That's not true.
Cook up. No.
Not true.
You don't believe that?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Y'all don't want to be taken care of?
Yeah, after a while, not through
What's
the door
that?
though.
How not through the door?
Yeah,
You pay for first dates?
I have paid for first dates.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah, I have paid for first dates.
You pay for first dates?
Yes, I've paid for first dates.
Look, she shut your arguments down.
I ain't got nothing to say. What?
All right.
She's
Let me change the topic here.
That's rare.
Did y'all
Yeah.
see that? Did y'all see? So you guys know what the 20 verse ones is, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all see the
talking about this kid shit?
the young kid and the rapper and they doing
It was
the 20
supposed to have
verse
been a
one?
joke, right? Like a
Oh,
goofy
okay. I
skit.
didn't have context.
I'm hoping that's what it was supposed to have been, like a joke.
I
I
don't.
hope
It
so.
looks serious.
I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
play
say the
here.
picture looks serious, but I hope it's a joke.
So this little dude is like a rapper, like a young rapper.
That's a little RT.
Yeah, La RT. What are we doing? What are we doing? First of all,
Making these kids grow up too fast and wondering why the world all fucked up.
He have grown men hanging with him.
and he did a 20 verse one with some adults, with some adult women.
The kid?
Yeah, La RT. What they said lock the parents up. Y'all agree?
Yeah, I agree. It
I
starts
agree,
from
too.
home. It starts from home.
Did they say lock the women up with them 20 adult women?
Yeah, they were saying lock them up too. They were saying lock them up too.
What you got on women? What's up?
I believe in equality. That's all.
He's Mr. Equality.
I believe in
He is
equality.
Mr. Equality.
Man,
Any comments on this ridiculousness?
I don't even want to give that shit no.
No attention.
Yeah, that
it's
shit is
sad.
good.
I agree. But did you guys see this with Aisha Curry?
House in France.
Yeah.
The Olympics anytime soon. Already had bad reviews about the Olympics in France. Already. But guys, this took the cake. So Aisha Curry and Steph Curry's mom was going to their car and allegedly a police officer hit the 3-month baby in the head. You heard me right. Actually hit the baby in the head, trying to keep them from getting to their vehicle.
Trying to stop them.
Guys, when I tell you this is out of hand, this is crazy. Steph Curry's mom is throwing a fit. Aisha Curry's in tears. And Draymond Green actually came in and tried to bring some sense to the situation. But they wasn't trying to hear it. Take a
Do y'all think this was on purpose? Like that? Like they knew who these women were, and they had intentionally like bothered them and stopped them from getting to their car? Because it's been like a lot of things with like the American athletes, what they did to Sha'Carri Richardson. Like it's been a lot of petty things happening with the American athletes over there. What'd you say?
I'm just thinking about us in other countries. I
Speak
don't
your
know
mind.
when people gonna realize other countries don't fuck with us. Like they don't. So
Especially not
when
here.
we be thinking we could just go walk around freely in other countries, and that's from being, and I've been to a few countries. I ain't acting like I've been all over the world, but they let you know this is not America. This is whatever country they from. They don't fuck with us.
Yeah, they don't care.
Like I don't know why we think that's some. Oh, I got privilege because I'm such and such. They don't care. You're American in their country. They don't care.
They turned Serena Williams and her husband down. So
Like they don't care. You ain't from where they from.
what Kendra say? They not like us. That's how they feel about us. We
Yeah.
not like.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish they'd let us be, man. I don't get it.
And I ain't even saying that on some skin color racial. I was in Brazil and they told me that.
They told you what?
this not America, this Brazil. Like, they didn't care where we was from. Like, and he was my complexion. It didn't matter. It's like, nah.
But what was
y'all
the context of him telling you that? He just wanted to just tell you? He was just jealous?
They was trying to sell us some stuff that we didn't want to buy.
So he got in his film.
Yeah, you know, it's like,
why would you say that?
you know,
Good
just
stuff in America. This ain't America.
right. You know, like, but they don't care. Like, you American. This is where we from, and they fucking with where they from. They don't care about us.
Yeah, come on, let's let the athletes. Come on, let's leave their families alone. Let's let them perform. Let them do whatever sports they got to perform. And the women's the track team, they got gold for the 400 meters. So shout out to them. So let's go to another topic here. And it says, don't date if you can't afford it.
Bingo.
Bingo? Oh.
Bingo.
Can you elaborate, please?
Put my mic down. So
I feel
Yeah,
like
let
if
her go.
you don't have the funds to now, and this goes for women and men. Like, I'm not just speaking about I'm not just speaking for men that can't afford dating. This is for both. No gender attached to it.
So women need to have funds to date too.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, if you are an adult, you need funds to live. Like, life is expensive. Like, yeah, you shouldn't even be making plans if you don't have the funds to do it. And also, I hate these type of people that expect or feel like somebody's obligated to do something for them. No, have your own just in case it don't go as planned. So everybody should have funds to date.
Punk, don't say I agree. Give me something more than I agree, sir. I need your perspective.
I agree. No, I do agree with what you're saying though, but I dating don't have to cost though. Not like an extreme amount where you saying you gotta have your funds together, or you know, if you broke, don't date, because women claim they like romantic stuff and walks on the beach or intimate things, getting to know them. That shit don't cost. And to be honest, like, you should be doing that first anyway, before you just going out here spending a whole lot of money taking somebody somewhere, because you might not even like who this person is once you have multiple conversations and get to know them.
So you're saying like walks and things like that should be first before we go out to restaurants?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Because you actually get to know a person, talk, converse. It's not loud. It's not what, like, it's just you and that person trying to connect. Because in a restaurant, there's a bunch of other factors going on.
So for me, I like to go out in a public setting. I want to see how you act when we're out. Just because we could be walking and talking and you could be the perfect person. Like the ideal person. But we go on a second date to a restaurant, for an example, and you rude to the waiter, or you don't know how to eat with manners. You're just rude all over the place.
Okay.
But you was perfect when we was just walking on the lake.
So maybe that's one of them things where you might have to tell them, like, man, your eating habits is kind of, that ain't something you could work with, huh? No.
But it's like, certain people be like, this is who I am. Why you coming in the door trying to
They
change
may
me?
be like that, but they may not either. Is that a deal breaker for you?
It's not a deal breaker.
Right. So then, if that's the case, it shouldn't matter.
Just because it's not a deal breaker don't mean I'm not going to think about it.
You gonna think about it the first date or the second date. Whenever it happens, you gonna think about it. So if it ain't a deal breaker, then you should get to know the person first. I'm not saying there's something wrong with going out to eat, or, you know, I done first dates, bowling, whatever. It's like, it's nothing wrong with it, because public places are cool. But it don't cost to do dates. To date it don't have to cost, and not a whole lot of money. But when you thinking about going out, that's where you can't be broke. You got to spend money. But to get to know somebody and figure out if you like them or not, you don't always got to spend money to do that.
And I mean, you still gonna spend money.
Right.
Because
Nothing's free.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
you gonna spend money, but
nothing is free. I gotta use my gas or Uber, whatever, whichever transportation I'm getting to you. So that's spending money.
yeah.
Bowling, that's cheap date, but it's still spending money.
Damn. Why stuff gotta be cheap and rich?
Is that a low effort date, bowling?
People like the bowl.
No, I
we
love
can't
to
do an
bowl, too.
activity. But
I love bowling.
Is that a low effort date?
why?
Is walking
See,
on the
that's
beach?
that's the
Is walking on the beach a low effort date?
It's not.
No,
but
hold on, Duece. Hold on.
I feel
Go
like
ahead,
those
go
are
back.
dates that
No.
come after we've been on dates.
Hold on,
Okay.
wait. You love bowling, but you just gave it a low value as a date. It's a cheap date, but you love to do it. Like, wouldn't that mean something that you're doing something you actually like to do? What if he took you somewhere that costs a lot of money, but you don't even like it? Would you have? You probably would have rather went bowling, but you like that's a cheap date.
No, I'm not saying it's a cheap date like
You
that.
said it's a cheap
Yeah,
date.
you
Like,
literally-
what
it is what it
might
is.
mean
It's
and the
like-
thoughtfulness behind it and all that, it could mean more than it's a cheap date. Yeah, money wise, but if it's something you actually like to do, that should mean more than it was cheap or it didn't cost a lot of money.
That's true. But I like to eat too, so we could have went to I like restaurants. I mean, I
Yeah.
love bowling, but I don't feel like for me, speaking from me personally, I wouldn't want to do bowling as a first date.
I mean, I'm not saying that guy, but it said to date. It's a lot of dating you can do that don't cost a whole lot of money, and could mean something.
That's true. I just feel like people are a lot happier when they have the funds to date the way that they want to date.
That's if they care about money. That's assuming that they value money.
That's true.
If I don't value money and my happiness lies in whatever it lies in myself, which it should, I don't. How much money I spend don't matter about none of that.
I agree with that part. I do.
Just most people care about money. Just
I mean, no, it's not that most people care about money. It's that money make the world go round.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
But me spending money ain't making your world go round. That's making somebody else's world go round.
listen.
We spending money in their business. it
No.
ain't making your world go
It's
round.
making listen, if you enjoy being around a person and you want to like take them out or whatever, that's making your world go round too, because it's bringing you some type of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going out don't have to cost a lot. It just don't.
That's true.
You don't like the ice cream days?
No, I love it. I love Smoothie King dates, things like that. I do.
Let me play this for y'all, 'cause this is where it originated from.
Just no
In
bowling.
response to my video about how some men have lowered the bar, offering to take women on walking dates, and one man wanted to meet her in the parking lot, Kevin here says, it's not that we
That's
can't
terrible.
afford it. Are you worth the time, money, and effort? And my whole thing is, it's not like the women get their time back at the end of the night and the men don't. Basically, you're both exchanging your time. You're not being honest about it, but it's about the money. Because what is it that she has to do on a first date that would make it worth it to you to spend $20 on her meal? The issue is that you want regular women to act like S workers, and you're disappointed when they don't. Then you say it's not about the money.
He said, hold on. He said, stop her. She on the
Did
stop
she
her.
really just say $20 though?
Yeah, because
She think men is complaining about spending $20.
You'll be
That's
surprised at what
McDonald's.
men
She
are.
a
$20 is McDonald's. Ain't no man said nothing. They done said something about the $200-$300 dates women want to go on, but $20, she's being extreme. And if she would have used the real number that men are complaining about, $200-$300, yeah, that's an issue. Like you saying, if I go out with you on this first date and I don't even like how your etiquette and all that, but if I go out with you on this first date and I'm spending $200-$300 and I might not even like you at the end of this date to talk to you again,
That's a bad investment.
a very bad one.
That's why you need to
have those previous things. That
No,
ain't cost
know
that
the
much.
person that you're dealing with.
That's why you need
You
to go
don't.
bowling.
A first date,
No.
you don't know.
Okay, so I wouldn't suggest the first date be an expensive date. But you guys
But you
can
said
go.
you like to eat. Where you going to eat? That's finna be cheap because you don't want no McDonald's.
No.
You ain't trying to. Where you trying to go?
So
to eat?
listen, you can go to
It's gonna cost at least $150. And if some drinks is involved, it's about at least $200.
I don't know. I'm lost for words.
She pleads the fifth.
I'm lost for words.
Ooh. I mean, you ain't lying, punk.
I'm not. I know I ain't.
But I haven't heard nobody that say they want to take somebody to McDonald's for a first date.
Because y'all ain't going if we say that. If some dude say, "Let me take you to McDonald's," what you gonna say?
I guess once again, it all depends on the man. It's just like different
A
strokes
guy
for different
approach
folks.
you, this initial approaching you. Y'all communicate, exchange numbers, and y'all first talk of him trying to take you out is, "Let me take you to McDonald's."
He ain't gonna ask me that. A guy ain't gonna, try to take me to McDonald's.
Why not?
Cause he's once again, you gotta know the person that you're dealing
So
with.
he is gonna be $200-300, right? See, that's
But that's gonna come later.
What's
we
late?
ain't
What's the
after
first then?
conversations and us. So first of all, we gotta be on the phone talking and getting to know each other, FaceTime like that.
So how long that happened before you go on a date?
I would say 2 weeks max.
Okay.
2 weeks max. And by that time, you will know. Okay, let me take her here. Let me take her like.
But we ain't been nowhere in public either. That's the same. We might get out to this restaurant and you might act a fool, and I'm like, damn, I'm out of $200-300. Thought that thing was cool, but turned out.
Just go to the bathroom and never go back to the table. Just gone.
Then I ain't shit. I'm broke. I don't know.
You on TikTok?
Man, the worst. We got it bad out here, Duece.
It is bad out here.
I agree. It is crazy.
I mean, I ain't got it bad out here, but men got it bad out here.
And as nice segue, as you talk about this, I want you to respond to this TikTok because this got like a lot of traction here. As you talk about how men got it.
I'll walk into that.
Sorry. Let me
wanting
unmute
to
it.
know you all's answers. I'm not looking to argue. I'm not looking to belittle your emotions and your answers. I really want to better understand. And my question is, for men as a collective, why does it appear like you all are resistant to evolving the definition of what it means to be a man, while simultaneously hating the effects and the results and consequences of abiding by what it means to be a man? What I mean by this is, to be a man in our society, you can't show emotions. You're only good for what you can provide monetarily and physically. You're valued for what you can do and not who you are. There are so many things you can do that make you appear off as sus or even gay. That very constricting, confined box of what it means to be a man is what you all complain a lot about, hating to have to execute and live up to. But when it is encouraged for you all to evolve beyond that, there's resistance. And it's encouraged for you all to do the work to become more emotionally intelligent and aware of your emotions. When it is encouraged for you all
about a whole lot of
to
nothing.
put forth effort to be able to bring more to the table than just monetary providing or physical providing, why is that met with resistance and doubling down on this archaic definition of manhood? Because I see you all complain about men.
Okay, we get the point what you trying to say. Punk, you are a man's man. I need you to answer this for me. Why won't men evolve what manhood is, but they keep complaining about what manhood is?
First of all, I don't think men complain about what manhood is, but you disagree?
No.
I thought you. I don't feel like we complain about what manhood is. We just want to do manhood and then have womanhood done. By women.
The counterpart.
If that's what it is, you know, like if you saying manhood is this, and then that means womanhood has to be something. So if we're doing manhood, we want women to do womanhood. I don't see us complaining about doing what we supposed to do for real. But as far as the emotional intelligent part and all of that, women don't want men to really tap into their emotional side or their expressive side, because when we do communicate, tell how we feel about things, express our emotions, it turns into slander. We sassy, we in our feminine energy, like it's all negative shit we gotta hear behind it. So do y'all really want us to do that? No. And then the fact that you're saying manhood, why is it changing to something else? What is the point of it changing to whatever she think it should evolve
She
to?
thinks it should evolve into something better.
What's better? What's better? See, I was having this this conversation on Facebook because I feel like it was a clip of a lady saying, I'm gonna pull it up, but she was saying basically like there's no value in marriage, huh?
Oh, I thought you sent it to
No,
me.
I posted it. I might have sent it to you on Instagram, but she
You
was
post it
saying
on Facebook?
it's on my Facebook. She was saying there's no value in marriage for women if they go to work and a man go to work and then they still want them to go home and clean and cook.
This here?
Yeah, that one.
50-50, the cleaning wasn't 50-50, and that's an everyday motherfucking job. I come home and they got food on the table, clothes on the bed, got shit everywhere. I'm organized and clean, so guess wasn't 50-50. The dishes wasn't 50-50, the laundry wasn't 50-50, the cleaning wasn't 50-50, and that's an everyday motherfucking job. I come home and they got food on the table, clothes on the bed, got shit everywhere.
Hello.
I'm organized and clean, so every day I'm exhausted. I'm coming home, I'm cleaning my house, and yes, I do that anyways, but when it's just you, it's just you. When you are cleaning up for a man and his children and other people, it is a whole full-time job, and you don't get time for yourself, and that's why women get burnt out, and you're no longer having a relationship because you're coming home and a man is sitting on the couch because he's tired from work, and you're making sure you're catering to him.
So what? So what? So what?
I don't understand. Where is the value in that?
Fellas, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Are you delusional?
The modern day woman, right there. I'm going to go to work like you. Then you want me to cook, clean. So what? Yes, you're going to cook, clean, do this and do that. And guess what? He taking the trash out, he fixing the house, he making sure this. But we have different duties, functions, and responsibilities. My wife don't want my duties, and I don't want hers. We have different responsibilities. Just because I can see you cook the food and you can't see me clean the gutters, you don't even care about that stuff, but it still need to be done. Men have different responsibilities. So all this, I cook and I clean, and like, yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when your car need an oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife. Period.
All right.
So why do I need to change what
Let me get on
manhood is to me? For what reason?
Because I see
If
you
we
all
just
complaining
all
about
do
men
what our
being
functions
lonely. I
is,
see you
we'll
all
be good. Like it, and I'm not saying women should have specific functions, men should have these specific functions. But if you know if you want your man to provide, protect, do all those, build this and that, why are you trying to change that? Why do I need to evolve from that? Because we supposed to help each other. So it's okay for you to do that stuff that I don't care to do, because I'm doing a bunch of stuff you don't care to do. The evolution is only wanted because somebody wants help doing their things. But if we both go to work and you tired of doing your house duties or whatever those things are, and you want me to help with those because you want a break. Now I'm helping you with yours, but guess what? When the trash got to go out, you ain't doing it. Your brakes get messed up, you ain't fixing them. Your car need to go get an oil change, you ain't going. So I still got to do my stuff, and you're not going to do it.
Okay, so what's her stuff?
I'm just saying, whatever it is, what the cook and the clean, that
So
you won't help with that, right? Because I said you nodding when she was saying I'm exhausted, and I was like, yeah,
that's a full-time job.
But who's gonna help with the stuff that we do?
Okay, so was she complaining about working plus doing all of that, or was she complaining about?
Yes.
Yeah.
But get a man working and still got to do what he got to do. And then when you say I need a break, guess what? Now I got to do more. Who's giving me a break?
Yeah. But I think it's a little different.
Go ahead.
Just a little bit, because taking care, of course, you're going. Let's say we both have jobs, we both working, busting our butt at work.
Yeah.
Then I gotta come home and bust my butt over the stove, clean, cook, get the kids together, while you just sitting back watching TV. You think that's fair? Just because I'm a woman, but I'm still helping take care of the house.
No, it has nothing. See, it's not because you're a woman. It's not, that ain't the thing. Because what's different than a man that went to work and gotta come home and now I'm changing oil, or I'm building a wall, or I'm working on the deck, or I gotta mow the lawn. Is that fair? You might be sitting there on the couch looking at me out the window. Is that fair?
I probably am looking out the window, but I just finished cooking. I just finished cleaning.
And that's the point. We both got our functions. But when you start looking at one like, basically it don't mean as much as mine, then now that's where it's an issue of like, oh, I need you to help me with this. I need you to help me with that. And then it's the thought of your function isn't every day like mine. But what if I got a different one? Oh, the bed broke. This happened. Sink, water. It's a bunch of different functions that we got, just like y'all do. I just don't think they're valued as much, because the main thing that usually a man is looked at in those relationships is just going to work and providing. The rest of the stuff we do ain't really thought about. It's never talked about.
It goes unnoticed.
Exactly.
Go ahead, speak your mind. You holding back. Not you. Our guest here, she holding back.
Just a little bit. I feel like.
Do you feel like frequency is the issue here? Like,
it is.
The things that Punk is naming, they don't happen as frequent as cooking and cleaning every day. Like every day we gotta eat, and every day this place, our home got to be clean by the end of the night. So is that what the issue is? Like honestly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's like, let's say if you have to mow the grass, you're only doing that twice out the month.
It depends.
Yeah, it's twice out the month.
My grass get cut every week.
All right, once a week, but every single day I gotta cook. Every single day I gotta help with homework. 3 times a week.
I'm not saying. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like I help my kids with homework. You know, like me and my wife got our thing. She like reading. I'm mad. The kids get sent to me for certain things. They get sent to her for certain things. I'm not saying that we can't help each other, but when you got functions and things that you do, if rather it's because you do it better, how many just you cleaning and a dude cleaning? You're gonna prefer you're cleaning, right?
Of course.
So if you know these things that you do better, that's what's wrong with you doing it every day. Because the things that I know you don't want to deal with, if it's a heavy ass box, or take the laundry downstairs, or whatever that the thing is, if you need me to do it, I should do it, right? Because I'm probably better at it. Whether it's because the strength, whether it's because it's something I know how to do that you don't, whatever it is, like, so why are we upset about the frequency of that we have to do it? You gotta cook regardless to eat,
right?
But saying I'm cooking for a man and his kids, them your kids too, because we sat here and made them together.
Yeah.
So why are you complaining about what you gotta do?
I think social media is
really
got, so when women vent like that, saying that, oh, my job is, I do more than you or whatever, it's because it's some type of issue or a problem where the man is complaining about, oh, he's downplaying what she do for the household. That's when you see women complaining. But for women to just be like, oh, you work, I'm taking care of the kids, blah blah blah. Them type of conversations don't come out unless, the man make a problem about her role not being as big as his role, or him taking on more of the load than she is. Because I've heard men say, oh, I'm paying all the bills, like you don't do nothing, blah blah blah, for those type of
which is a wrong perspective. That is a very wrong perspective. From experience, that is a wrong perspective. I just think we need to do what we need to do for the house and for each other lovingly and with care, and stop focusing on how often you do something, because that's not fair to the next person and what they do. It really make them feel unappreciated and the things that they do, because we all got our stuff, that we got to do.
That's true.
And it just is what it is. So,
hey, y'all cooked right there. All right. Was there any topic? What you say?
I said we finally agree on something.
Did y'all have any topics that y'all wanted to discuss?
I was actually gonna bring that up because I've been on Facebook past 2 days.
The one we just talked about. The one we just talked about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I be stirring up stuff on Facebook.
So I saw like I believe it was a TikTok, and it was a couple, and they was arguing about a gift. They was arguing about a gift from an ex.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
I don't know if it was a bracelet or a necklace or something, but the gift was pretty. It was pretty old. I think they said like. I don't know how old it was, but how do y'all feel about your partner keeping a gift from an ex?
I don't feel no type of way about it, and I would say that because I wouldn't know if you wouldn't have told me that was from an ex. So you could have just kept it to yourself, but you gave me.
But what if you asked though? Here's the thing. Come on. What if you asked? What if you're saying, "Oh, this is a nice. Where did you get this from?"
And he said, "My ex." I was like,
"Yeah, you don't want him to lie, do you?"
Of course not.
Would you want him to stop wearing it, or?
Me being me, no, I wouldn't care about that. Cause I ain't throwing away none of my ex game. I'm just.
She ain't playing.
Punk, how you feel about it?
I don't know, Duece. It's been a long time, so I'm really trying to think, cause I ain't my younger self. So I think back then I would have cared. I could understand a person caring, right? Because why are you holding on to this thing, right? Because clearly it means something to you, and that relationship, if I didn't ask and you felt the need to tell me it was from your ex, that's clearly much. Clearly you kept it for some type of sentimental something, and I kind of might have an issue with that. But I guess I just feel like, why do I even know it's from an ex? If I asked and you told me and I'm just like, then I probably wouldn't care. But if you just out the blue decided to tell me like, oh, my ex bought me this, or maybe I hear you having a conversation with somebody about it, maybe I might care if it's if it's like this sentimental thing. But I don't know, on GP, not really.
It's not that deep.
Nah, unless you act like it means something, then it's like, damn, are you here or there? Because you still holding on to past shit,
and you still rocking a ring or something like that from your ex, then that's a problem.
Why? Hold on, you just said it wasn't a problem.
No. I said if you let's say your ex proposed to you or something, and you still rocking that's what I said, engagement ring. And you still rocking your ring.
Good.
But what if it's just like a ring, but it's not an engagement ring? What if it was just a promise ring?
Oh, that's different.
Okay.
Yeah. That's different.
All right, so in the same sentiment, what about tattoos?
Nah, you gotta get that covered up, baby. I don't want to be looking at no dude name. Sorry. Go ahead and get that taken care of.
I ain't putting nobody name on me, so nah.
But I'm saying,
if a
like,
dude got his ex name on him,
And I'm being a
That's-
hypocrite.
and y'all getting serious. Like, y'all getting serious. Y'all in a relationship now.
I probably wouldn't even get serious with him.
If he got a name on him.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
why?
because it's still, I feel like if you can tattoo somebody's name, then that's like, y'all are really attached to each other.
Maybe they were at some point.
Right, but no. In my head, I would feel like you will go for her if she call. If she call, you will go for her.
That's interesting.
You don't think he call? You don't think he going if she call?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Look, I don't know, Deuce.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, right there on your heart.
No, that person really
they
hold
call
a
you.
special place.
Yeah, that's what the point of the tattoo.
So if they call,
What if they was married?
that's I still wouldn't deal with nobody with they ex name tattooed on them. No. I got tattoos, but I don't even like guys with tattoos. No, I'm joking. So you got all them tattoos and you don't like? No, I'm joking. But no, I wouldn't talk to nobody with a ex name tattoo.
Beach has said cover it up. Punk, you said so. Punk, after how long you expecting? Like, all right, you gotta get that covered up. Like, we've been talking.
I mean, if we get in a serious relationship and we really, talking about moving forward, yeah, you gotta get that covered up.
It ain't even really no time on it. Just as soon as we start getting serious, you need to go handle that.
Well, we have whatever conversations we had, and it gets to the point where I feel like I need to say that to you. You probably need to get it covered up.
What if she don't want no more tattoos? You just gonna pick out something random for?
No, she gonna pick out whatever she
Put
wants.
a dolphin over there.
I don't care what you put. I do. But whatever you like, put. The song gotta go.
Chicago Bears logo.
And I'm being a hypocrite.
So what if she refused to put a cover up? Would you cut her off? Stop dealing with her? But if she's telling you it means nothing, I just don't want to have to go through the pain of getting another tattoo. But it means nothing. I'm over my ex. Would you still continue to pursue her?
I don't know. I would have to be in that situation. I ain't been there. I think I would just be like, nah, I'm good. Cause I would feel like, what do this? It mean that much? You went through the pain to get the shit, but you can't go through the pain to get it covered up for me. So I feel like, I don't know. I'm definitely being a hypocrite.
You are.
Cause
We got VJ saying that's a deal breaker in the
I
chat.
ain't getting nothing covered up. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's the deal breaker.
Yeah, don't nobody want to see that shit.
I don't recommend getting nobody name tattooed.
I don't want to be looking at your mistakes. You got me sitting here looking at your mistakes. I don't
on my
want
ribs. So
You said what?
I got my wife name tattooed on me.
A fun fact?
That's different.
Yeah. Y'all locked
Well,
in.
different. If something happens, shit, I'm doomed.
No, y'all together forever. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go to this next.
Who it's about?
Not fathers. And I don't know if this is just a stereo. I don't want to keep
What is it?
putting a false stereotype out there or what, but it says, fathers, why are y'all waiting for your kids to be grown to be active? Is this true? Is this true?
I would say I've noticed that a lot of fathers, once again, it all depends on the man, on the person.
Well, we generalizing, so we need to. What do most fathers do?
Well, most fathers are in their kids' life from birth on up, but you got certain fathers that.
You said most fathers? Why you saying that again?
I didn't say majority.
Most.
That's what. Yeah, that's what
But
over 50%.
Yeah, most.
I'm speaking for 30%.
Oh, okay. Put the mic back down, Punk.
No, but it's like certain it all depends on certain mothers didn't let the fathers in the kid's life when they were growing up. So they like, I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't want to deal with that stress. I don't want to deal with the mother, blah blah blah. So I'll deal with him once he get up in age and can understand what was going on. Then you got them fathers that just like to kick it, so want to kick it with their sons when they get older. So it just all depends on the father.
Punk, any truth to the statement?
That fathers don't want to be around their kids until they're grown.
Yeah.
No. I don't actually like. I don't know what. I do see. I believe there are more fathers in kids' lives, black fathers in their kids' lives now than previously. So I don't want to feel like that is true. I do think there was a lot of stuff going on back in the day that steered fathers away from their kids until they could understand kind of what was going on and why they made the decisions they made. Do I think it's right? No. But having a 18-year-old, I do know that I can talk to him about things differently than when he was younger. Yeah, but not that that's an excuse not to be in your kids' lives or no, or nothing like that. But it's probably easier for a man to talk to his kids when they're adults than when they not.
Yeah, I think I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but I think that's the generation, the generation before us, you know, like a lot of dads weren't present, you know, a lot of dads came back into the picture once the kids were grown, you know. You know, personally, I met my dad when I was 18, you know what I'm saying? So I am a product of that. So I think now a lot of definitely black dads, because we do talk about black culture here, are present in their definitely the millennials. We present in our kids' lives, you know, whether we with the mother or not, you know. And just in my opinion, that's what I've seen, and I've just seen that. I've seen black dads really stepping it up and breaking the generational curse of not being present in a kid's life, just on a general basis. Just my opinion. All right, episode 98. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of that good stuff. Any final thoughts here?
No final thoughts at the moment.
Any businesses you want to promote? Any ventures you want to promote? Any projects?
Yeah, well, I have my own catering company, Black Girl Eats.
You better put it out there.
Yes, Black Girl Eats.
Go ahead.
We're on Instagram at black.girleats.
What do you cater? What's the types of food?
I cater all type of food. American, soul food. I do Chinese. I do it all.
Okay, I want some shrimp fried rice. Make sure you guys follow her. Punk, any final
Appreciate
final words?
y'all out there watching. Appreciate you for coming on and rocking with us. This was nice.
It was.
All right. Still don't know what we're doing for our 100th episode, but we're gonna figure it out. If there's any sponsors out there want to break off some cat, we would appreciate it now. All right, you know, we got a lot of supporters out there, so we definitely gonna try to do something special for the 100th episode, this being the 98th episode, so that will be coming up soon. So me and Punk gotta put our heads together, figure something out. We gotta do something. Maybe we're gonna film at a different location.
I'll be back for the 100th episode.
Okay,
You'll be back?
I'll be back.
Okay, let's go. All right, y'all. Peace out. Peace.